The Custer Wolf is dead. He was the master criminal of the animal world. For 9 years, this wolf had lived as an outlaw. The cruelest, the most sagacious, the most successful animal outlaw that the range country had ever known. His cruelty was surpassed only by his cunning. He killed with the refinement of animal ferocity. He loped through every kind of danger and spurned them all. He sniffed at the subtlest poison and passed it by. The most adroitly concealed trap was as clear to him as a mirror in the sunshine. He often wounded cattle, breaking their legs, biting off their tails, mutilating them in unspeakable ways. Credulous people said that he was a charm thing. Others attributed his immunity to a wisdom greater than beast ever before possessed. In whatever way they explained his uncanny elusiveness, everybody feared him. Perhaps not consciously, very rarely openly, but there was no man throughout the region who did not feel a shiver run down between his shoulder blades when alone or in the dark he thought of this gray devil in the desert. All kinds of stories got abroad. This thing, they said, was not a wolf. Not merely a wolf. They believed that nature had perpetrated a monstrosity, half wolf and half mountain lion, possessing the craftiness of both and the cruelty of hell. In public opinion, he had all the qualities of the werewolf of old world legends. 4 years ago, his mate was killed. He never took another, and many people suppose that he devoted himself to avenge her death. Later on, he attached himself to 2 coyotes, not as equals, but as servants. They traveled far out on his flanks, giving him warning of ambush or approaching danger, and adding to the atmosphere of mystery that surrounded him. He never permitted them to come near him, and they could feed from his kills only after he himself had finished. After a bounty reaching by stages from $100 to $500 failed to bring in the old criminal's scalp, after private trappers, bounty hunters, and sportsmen had given up the quest, after poisons and dogs had failed, the Bureau of Biological Survey, United States Department of Agriculture, in March 1920, would send to Custer H.P. Williams, one of its best hunters, with instructions to stay after the wolf until he was taken, no matter how much time was required. When Williams first went into the country where the wolf ranged, he tried to find fresh tracks, but without success. He asked some of the men who had lost stock just where the wolf made his headquarters. They said the wolf made his quarters anywhere in an area 40 miles wide by 65 miles long. They told him to wait there a few days, and the wolf would be sure to pay him a visit. Contrary to their advice, Williams went into the hills of Pringle and found that the wolf was staying around some of the old dens in the Pelgar Mountains. On April 1st, Williams had his first glimpse of the wolf, but was unable to get a shot at him. The coyotes were acting as bodyguards, traveling from 100 to 200 yards on the flanks of their master. For a while, Williams did not shoot the coyotes, hoping that he would get a chance at the wolf without having to dispatch his bodyguard. Finally, realizing that there was no chance of getting at the wolf unless the coyotes were killed, Williams shot them, hoping that he would then have a clear field. In this, he was greatly mistaken. The wolf played hide and seek with him. Though this is a common habit of a bear, Williams would later remark, "I have never before known a wolf to do it." Twice during May, the wolf stepped on the jaws of traps, and on the night of July 3rd, he rolled into or laid down on one of them and had a lot of his hair pulled out. This gave him such a scare that he left the country for a while. No sign could be found of him near Custer until the night of August 1st, when he made his presence known by killing several head of cattle and wounding several more. Williams found these cattle, took the trail of the wolf, and followed him all day on a fresh track, leading him to the mouth of a canyon. Williams tied his horse to a tree and started in. Just then, two horsemen came up, riding at breakneck speed, and calling to Williams that they had found the yearling steer killed by the wolf. Williams motioned them to go back, but they did not understand, and he was forced to return to meet them. Thus, Williams had lost the best chance he ever had of getting the wolf with a rifle. Finally, Williams got the wolf on October 11th. The wolf stepped into a trap in the morning, and it got a good grip on him. He ran with it about 150 yards when the hawk got caught on a tree, but that did not seem to stop him at all. Williams trailed him for 3 miles and took his shot. Williams would later describe the wolf. He is an old wolf with fur that is almost white. He is smaller than the average male, weighing 98 pounds, and measures just 6 feet from tip to tip, 11 inches from toe to hock, and a tail 14 inches long. His teeth would be good for about 15 years or longer. He broke some of them off on the trap, but aside from that, they were in good condition. So did the man outwit the cleverest of animal criminals and live to tell his story.